I did the one thing you don't do with a stranger on a dating app, and now I regret it. So, a week ago, I met a guy on a dating app. He was only visiting my town for a bit, and it happened to be his last day. We matched on Tinder, and I thought it was way too good to be true because he was so attractive. And while I love myself, I don't think I'm objectively attractive. So I'm thinking that I'm probably about to be punked or murdered. We chat for a bit. The vibes are vibin', and we're locking things down. I don't get any weirdo vibes. The guy's close, and I know the area, so I'ma risk it for the brisket. Long story short, this beautiful man takes me back to this hotel and makes my toes curl and my eyes roll back. Not once, but twice. It's been a while since I've been that happy, and he seemed to enjoy self too, because he went in for seconds. He was really cool, kind, understanding, and fun. Kinda nerdy, my favorite, and he likes animals. We chatted, and maybe it was just me, but I could listen to him forever. I had a real good time in between the sex. I was almost sad when he dropped me off. He even indulged my fat ass and bought me food. I brought my wallet to pay and everything. I gave him my number, but Tinder delete people after a few days. Not that it matters, because I've been so stuck on him I haven't wanted to get back on the app anyway. Number one rule of hookups, don't get attached. And I sadly broke that rule. Now I'm suffering and constantly putting myself down to numb the pain of having cared at all. Now I'm on the floor of my apartment typing this out, feeling like an idiot because he's probably not thinking about me at all. Edit. My phone was pinging into the night after I posted this, so I thought I'd make an edit. First and foremost, yes, I know he unmatched me. To those who have shown me kindness and understanding, I want to thank you from the bottom of my heart. This post was an expression of how I felt, and so many of you took the time to be honest, open, and even share yourselves with me. Thank you so much. I can't tell you the comfort you brought me. Some of y'all really made me laugh. To the rest of y'all with the "it was a hookup, get over it" mentality, I am aware. But the heart doesn't always do what we want it to. But Reddit's gonna Reddit, I guess. Hope he gets in touch. IDK, what I thought this was gonna be based on that title. But I'm happy for you, and hope it works out. I hope he comes back too. Thanks! I mean, enjoy the moment and time you had. This is also why I don't do the hookup thing myself, and I'm a dude. I can catch feels easy. I feel ya. I really do. I didn't think I was the type to catch feels. Turns out I just have to meet the right one. To this day, I still have no clue how to engage in intimacy with a stranger without full panic and anxiety mode kicking in. That's something I've only been able to do with partners in my life. How do you all just openly do it without a problem? Not everyone is meant to. Sex is a very vulnerable act. Everyone has preferences, and yours might come with specific requirements, like being with someone who makes you feel absolutely secure. There's nothing wrong with that. Sex doesn't make me squirm like it used to, so I can have fun with anyone I vibe with. I get it, girl, I have amazing sex with this guy twice. But after a long break in between because I had been traveling. But there is no talk once the deed is done, and it's not like we just have sex. We even sit and chill and talk in between the sessions, and everything is great, and then nothing makes me spiral at times. But it is what it is. Hey, it okay to care about a one-night stand? You had a nice time and it was brief, and that's okay? You gave him your number, and if he wants to call, then he will, and that's great. But live your life assuming that he won't. You won't see each other again. And that's okay. You get it. And I appreciate that. So many people see this less as an expression of how I feel and more as an opportunity to criticize me. I get that it's Reddit, so I am going to get a lot of that. But it's nice to hear from understanding people too. Thank you. I feel for you. You definitely can't get attached during a one-nighter or FWB. For me, it's always they get sprung on me or me for them, but it's never mutual. On the rare cases where it is mutual, we live a good 1 to 3 hours away. California for you. And the ripping and running long-term is exhausting. Yeah, never stay to hang out too much, unless you're open to more than a hookup. Easier to keep it shallow and your guard up. Just be glad you had a good night. If it's meant to be, he'll be back. Otherwise, it wasn't anything more than a learning experience anyways, IMO. I like to think that there's someone out there for everyone at some time or another. We all find the path we're meant to travel. But yeah, keep hookups to sex and nothing too emotionally vulnerable, and leave sooner rather than later, and everything's easier. I don't know why people are saying he is married. She said she did the thing with a stranger on the app you don't do. They met up, had great sex, and she got in her feels a little bit. Nothing wrong with that at all. A lot of people use the app for one and done when they are traveling. And it's summer break right now, so a lot of people are on vacation enjoying the weather solo and with family. I am 39 and still vacation with my parent and relatives. Not everyone has to be married by 25. Relax. I've sadly had this happen to me before. Hooked up with this cute guy I met on Tinder, who also happened to be on my college campus. Absolutely amazing in bed, and a great person to converse with. Day later, I go to message him, because we never did exchange numbers. He unmatched me. and later on was spreading rumors that I forced him to do it. Had to get a no contact and a cease and desist because he started showing up to my work. You didn't make a mistake. You put yourself out there, took a risk, and showed vulnerability. Followed your heart. It didn't work out. That's life. Don't listen to the people saying you shouldn't have done that. You should. And when you get over this feeling, regroup and follow your heart the next time too. My heart is saying try something new, so I'm gonna listen and lay off the hooks up for a little bit. I had something similar happen. Went on a first date and had plans for the second, and the girl disappeared on the app. I ran into her years later only to find out she thought I unmatched with her, which I did not. The app did something. I wish I planned to get her number right away. Yikes, bro. That sucks. I hope you found someone else who makes you happy, and if you're still looking, may your search be short and bountiful. I have had hookups traveling. Lived in different countries that I kind of look back with a certain fondness, because I think you do also mourn a little of the possibility, despite knowing it's not going anywhere. Part of a happy memory and a good connection. I like to think of it as a reminder that you can find that type of connection. And with so many people out there, you can find it again. My advice, write about it. You're swimming in lust and deeply enjoyed it. Open a journal and write down all the gory details. It'll help you process it. I've been in your shoes in varying ways over the years, and I found that writing it down helps me not obsess on the person, while still revisiting and savoring the amazing experience. Actually, you're right. Lol. I don't know if I'm swimming in lust. Not really enough to write a novel over, but writing this post made me write as rain. Orgasms are a powerful drug. It's unfortunate you're still pining for that dopamine hit. Hell, that dickhead might have even released oxytocin love hormone. You're chasing the dragon at this point. I'm so sorry for how you feel. I absolutely empathize. It will fade over time. I know that's not the outcome you'd like, but it's what you are presented with. Feel your feels and do whatever you do for emotional outlet. He sounds really scared at the thought of actually liking him or liking life. I don't see a problem. I wouldn't recommend sleeping on first date, but some guys don't think much of it. Just message, call him, and actually put yourself out there. You're driving yourself crazy more than anything at this point. We aren't dating. I wasn't looking for anything long-term in the first place. I don't have his number, and we messaged each other through the app, which deletes old matches after a few days. I am, however, definitely driving myself crazy. It can and does hurt when this happens. The guy was likely from out of town, given the hotel. Him hoping to have a great night with the cutest woman he could match with on Tinder, and also loved her profile content. She's perfect, even a little nerdy like him. Love that you had a great night with him. Maybe your paths will cross someday, again. And maybe someday he'll also be secure enough to communicate this, or similar entanglements with his prospective play partner. This is where it can get real fun. If things go in that direction, then I'll be happy, but I won't hold my breath. I also won't shy away from meeting new people anymore. This post really has brought me so much comfort. Thank you for your kind words. Some of the people who commented here could learn a thing or two. Peace and love. I'm so happy this ended relatively well, without any physical harm. I was bracing myself for something devastating when I read the title. Love your writing. You sound like my kind of person. I went through this myself, and it hurts. You'll have to suffer through it a little, but remember, you never know what is the other person dealing with. If they have intimacy issues, partner elsewhere, or other life problems. Don't overanalyze it, although you probably are, and maybe create your own justification to spare your brain from spiraling. Don't let this stranger doubt your value. To be fair, I could not be happier that it ended the way it did. I made memories this summer. And most importantly, I made it to the end. I half expected to transform into a corpse or fight my way out. Too many horror stories have kept me alert. Thank you for reading, and knowing other people have been where I am is so gratifying. I'm mostly over it and ready to move on. Don't do that to yourself. Everybody has a story or a reason. You're a human having a human experience. It's okay to feel. I once hooked up with a tourist in my city I met off Tinder. We're currently planning our wedding. If, at that time, we would have never met again, this would be a really saucy story to smile at 40 years from now. LMFAO. So long as you had a good time, don't beat yourself up for having a heart. Just bring your good energy to someone who won't just come back for seconds that day, but for an actual connection if you want one too. Chin up. I'm mostly over it. And I've come to realize that I'm not sad because I didn't know it would happen. Good things come to an end. That's life. I'm sad because he talked about moving here, and I wanted to see him again. I wasn't in love with him or anything, but that twinge of curiosity you get for another person when a crush blossoms in you is unacceptable. I wanted to feed that curiosity with more interactions, but I was cut off in fair way, so I'm not upset. I'll live to find another. This guy treated his hookup with such good care. Good for the both of you. Sucks that he ditched you after, though. I am sorry. That's on him. If I were to project, I'd say he loves to give, but is too hurt. and doesn't want to be attached, which might be why the connection was so strong and real, and why it hurt so much when he disappeared. It's normal you get attached. You were not an idiot. Intimacy is very unique and beautiful. While I did some hookups, I honestly prefer long relationships. I also get attached easily. On an incel note, I hate that they are right, that a woman will drop all her standards and rules for attractive, beautiful man, then regret it after. But like women say, you are not entitled to his attention, etc. You should treat yourself with self-compassion. You went out of your comfort zone, and it should be celebrated. You enjoyed the moment, and you both wanted it. Let all the emotions pass through you and release them progressively. Do not compare future men to this man, and you will just have a smile when you pass this hotel. Sounds like he was probably married, but who knows, right? Why does anybody do the things they do? Hey, but at least now you know it's possible, and maybe next time you'll meet somebody like him who's not attached. Considering the idea of marriage made recoil, I don't think that's it. But thanks. I personally think he wasn't the relationship type, and I hoped he would be, but oh well. It'll fade quickly, don't worry. I also get attached very easily and intensely, and it hurts for like a week or two. But after that, I move on with my life like it never happened. If they cared for you, they wouldn't just block you after having a seemingly one they show you. Like others have said, it's easy to have a perfect image of someone that you barely and very shortly know. In my experience, a lot of guys act very sweet and friendly and seem interested in you until they get what they want, and then suddenly ghost and forget about you. That speaks enough for those kind of people. He didn't use me any more than I used him, and I told him before I gave him my number that he could say no or just never talk to me again. Like, where is this hostility towards this poor man coming from? Sorry to hear that, girl. From my experience, when a connection is amazing but brief, it can mean this guy has similar qualities, feel, and vibes to the one you're meant to be with in the end. Or for a while, if you don't want something like that. So if anything, I think you're a step closer to finding what you're looking for. It's really sad what happened to you, but take the learning from it and only give everything if you're looking for a long-term relationship, because you know now how our psychology works. The time we give our body to some energy, the emotional baggage started to add up. So next time we'll be really careful with whom, and it should be long-term. And also be truthful in future relationships about this. The ding-a-ling made her sing. Just take it for what it's worth. Once had a nice-looking woman stop at my house while driving from Houston to Kansas. Never saw her or heard from her again after that, but hopeful that she enjoyed her pit stop during such a long road trip. Unfortunately, I found Tinder to be high on the hookup range and found my husband on Coffee Meets Bagel instead. So sorry to hear you went through this. I personally found that being stubborn and not giving into sex the first couple dates quickly shows me if a guy just wants a hookup or if he's interested in something deeper. Of course, if you do need the D, finding a clean, reliable, and safe hookup buddy is always advised. Just don't get emotional or attached to him, cheering you on to be successful in what you're looking for. Maybe I'm cynical, but I wonder if it's possible he had a girlfriend back home, which is why he deleted you or deleted his account after the hookup. For reference, I worked at a strip club and hotel bars for a decade, and it's always the traveling men with girlfriends or wives from out of town who are so eager to hook up because they view it as a golden opportunity to cheat and no one will know, since no one from that town knows them. It's shitty, but it's actually a lot more common than people think. As a woman, the few times I was blocked immediately or never contacted again by guys, I found out later they had a GF. You used a hookup app to have a hookup, but now are sad the hookup unmatched you? I don't think you're actually hung up on the guy. I think you just had not had fun sex in a long time, so are missing that companionship. I do miss having a BF. That was something this encounter made me realize. But I've plenty of hookups that I was just cool with. Even a FW for a while, but I genuinely liked this guy. He was sensitive, understanding, and sweet. I need a lot of people, and I dislike most of them. So when I say I had a small crush, I think I know what I'm talking about. Take it for what it was. You both got what you needed. And please don't feel bad about yourself. He obviously liked you, if only enough to be into you for the one night. I've had one-night stands too. First of all, I wouldn't have sex with someone who I wasn't attracted to at some level. She could be chunky, she could be not conventionally attractive, but believe me, there is something he saw in you that he liked, enough to do it not once but twice, and plus to treat you with respect with a good conversation. Girl, you rocked, and you rocked him. Get up off that floor and go slat some more dragons. Yeah, I'm coming around to that. I have a tendency to blame myself when anything goes wrong. I'm just like that sometimes. I may not have been anything special, which I can live with, but I think what makes me sad is him thinking he had to play along. I hope I wasn't inconveniencing him. He might be thinking about you, OP. If he went back for seconds, she probably is. But going back for seconds doesn't mean a long-distance relationship is happening. It just means a great connection for one night. Remember the experience? Take it as a compliment. He went back for seconds. He fucked you good. That doesn't always happen. Take the win.
Thank you for watching. Write comments, put likes. Do not forget to watching other videos.